everybody. So I know I owe you guys a close up. Here we are with our brand new kittens. So, first off, the thing that most of you haven't even heard yet is that our mom cat has a name. Her name is Port. That's Port, Port. And honestly, DJ won't even tell me what the kitten theme is yet, so I don't know if what kind of port that is. If it's nautical or like USB or I don't know, wine. It could be anything. So DJ will surprise us all with that when she is ready. But before we could even do a close up to announce the name, Port decided to have all of her little babies last night. And she started, I don't know exactly what time, just as I was headed to bed anyway, probably right around midnight. And she actually did, I believe, Megalina keeps records of kittens per hour for the births. How many kittens are born per hour by each of our mom cats? And I think Port right now is holding the number one record at something like 2.78 kittens per hour, which is a lot, especially sustained over 8 kittens. Um, so yeah, my point being that she just had one kitten right after the other last night and hardly stopped. There was a short break between six and then 7 and 8, but not a long break. Other than that, she was just going, going, going. Let's get up close on these kids. Sorry about the shadow. So I was up real late last night, needless to say, real late, keeping an eye on her and helping out as best I could, getting her food, making sure all the kittens latched on and were good to nurse. And I'm happy to report so far they all seem very healthy. And just a few minutes ago, DJ and I had the very first weigh-in for the kittens, and it also went very well. So we've got with this many kittens and this mom cat who just got to us, and we have no idea what her history is or how well fed she may or may not have been. I feel like all these kittens are very healthy. We've got a wide range of weights from 2.7 ounces up to about 3.7 ounces, so about an ounce swing between the smallest and the biggest. And 2.7 is a little on the slim side for a 12-hour-old kitten, but they all seem active, they all seem nursing, so nothing to really panic about at this point. But we're definitely going to start keeping track of the weights and see how we can help her, especially when there's exactly as many kittens as there are nipples. That's kind of a tall order for her to keep up with, and for the kittens to keep up with too. For each of them to be able to find, one when 7 kittens are latched on, there's only one opening, and they don't know how to find it. So that could be a fun one. We will see. Also, I don't know if this video is working at all or if it's broken because I don't see anybody chatting, which seems really weird for the first live stream after kitten birth. But I'm just going to blame that on YouTube and keep rolling. I can always do a real, like a zombie close up later if it's not working. But for now, I'm just going to pretend like this is all worthwhile. I'm getting I'm getting a message from our Discord that says it's working fine, which is weird. So I guess it's just the chat that's not going right. It is what it is, right? Thank you, by the way, people on Discord. Contra, I think it was. Um, okay, so what else do I need to tell you? I need to tell you these kittens. I think you can see they're all orange kittens. They're virtually indistinguishable. A couple of them do have markings. You can see this one right here has a white face, and he's got a little bit of a white collar, right? And also there's some white legs here and there. But otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult to tell these kids apart, even for me. Most of them are orange tabbies with just no distinguishing features that we've been able to identify. I think when they were being born last night, I was hoping that we would have some classic tabbies mixed in to help tell them apart, but I don't see any of that. I see only mackerels here. And most of them are sort of light colored so far. Now they might darken up a little over time. That's a normal thing to see happen. So we'll see about that. What that means, though, is that in order to tell their weights apart and to see who's gaining and who's not gaining, we've had to mark them ourselves. As you can see, this one here has a black or greenish spot on his head. And they've each got a mark in a different spot. That way, it's easy for us to tell apart, even if the colors are weird. This is an edible ink marker that we use to mark the kittens. We've done this in the past, and it does not work very well, I've got to say. The edible ink fades off or gets cleaned off by mom very, very quickly, and we've got to remark them constantly to try to keep on track with who's who. So it's not a great technique. And we're kind of looking into alternative ideas. And if somebody can come up with something that's really good or for sure safe, let me know. But I got to tell you, listen to my criteria before you start writing in, because there's some things we will not do. We're not going to use strings or threads or collars, even if they're made of paper, and especially not the Velcro collars or any other kind of thing probably that attaches to a kitten is not going to happen. At this age, they're growing too fast, and I don't feel I know other fosters will do it. We won't. We're just not going to do it. Okay, so that's right out. Nail polish. People have said nail polish. I don't like that. I'm not 100% opposed to it, but I just don't see it being a top option, and we are aware of it already as an option, so you don't have to write in about nail polish that I know some people do. It's been mentioned that we could shave a little spot in the kittens, and I'm actually kind of for that plan, and I may start trying that. So it's on our list. And then the thing that I'm currently got at the top of my list is to just get a regular marker instead of an edible ink marker that comes off instantly, has bad color, and doesn't really mark that boldly to begin with. Just get regular markers that are non-toxic. The trick is knowing for sure that they're going to be non-toxic for cats, because obviously when somebody like Crayola sells a marker as non-toxic, they mean non-toxic for humans. They don't mean non-toxic for cats. But there should be a lot of overlap. So I think that's my current plan, is to just get regular old markers that we can mark them with, and then I think we'll at least have upped our game a bit. If you have any other ideas that don't involve putting some kind of a collar or thing on the kittens and that aren't anything that I already mentioned, let me know. Maybe it'll be helpful. So there's a few more things I can tell you about these kittens that are interesting. First off, if you look at the weight charts, you'll see where we mark them each. See, this one's got a mark on his front left shoulder. That's the front left leg. We've marked one of them on the head, one in the middle of the back, one towards the back of the back or the butt, and then we've marked each of the four shoulders, one on each kitten, and then we marked one on the belly. So that's all 8 if you're counting. That's head, back, butt, front right, front left, back left, and belly. I know that's not going to be very easy to see when you're watching on the stream. It's not even going to be easy for us to see in person when she's licking it off constantly. But we're making do right now. That's the important thing. And tracking their weights when there's this many of them is extra important because, like I said, there's going to be extra difficulty for them all to get attached in the first place, and probably a little difficulty with mom keeping up with their milk demands. And we want to know who to supplement and when to supplement, and knowing who is who and tracking those weights is the only way to do it. And we obviously can't rely on the weights to tell us who's who, because one could gain and one could lose, and we could end up getting them confused if that's all we're going by. So we don't want that either. Uh, where was I going? I was going to say, I was going to try to show you a few more of the markings that I was talking about, and I was also going to tell you, I checked. I'm about 80% sure that they are all boys. All of them, every single one of the 8 is a boy. I'm pretty sure. I feel pretty confident in that, which is a crazy rare thing to have happen, and also incidentally means that we don't know what Dad looked like. If they're all boys, then Dad could have been a black cat, and they're getting the orange gene from Mom. That somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Cat genetics is very complicated, but my belief is if they are all orange boys and there's not an orange girl, then Dad could have been a black cat, and they still could come out all orange boys. It'd probably be a low likelihood, of course, because then they could also probably come out. Well, no, I guess they couldn't come out black, could they? I don't know. It does get confusing, but if there was an orange girl, we would know the only way that could happen would be if Dad was also orange. But because they're all boys, now we don't know for sure. Dad could have been, I don't know, he could have been anything. He's probably a gopher or a cow or I don't know, a walrus. It could have been anything. So they're all we like I said, we just finished weighing them for their first weigh-in and marking them and trying to figure out who's who, and so that's why they're all so calm and nursing now. They've just had all their excitement. Sorry about that, but I'm sure you will have plenty of chances to see them all excited in the days to come. I still want to get in kind of close to them as much as I can for you. Mom, by the way, Port, did such a great job. She is just the coolest, calmest cat. The whole delivery for her was just easy and calm, and she purred pretty much the whole time. I do feel like she's been through this at least once or twice before. And she was a real pro about getting the kittens cleaned up right away. And she ate all the placentas. Just did a great job. She's even purring right now. I'm sure you can hear it. And speaking of what a great mom she is, this morning she left them all to go out and get food too, which is nice because it means she's not afraid to leave them. And they were all yelling, and she was still like, "No, I'm going to go eat. You guys can yell all you want. I'm doing my thing." And that's pretty bold for a mom too, which I like. I think it's a good sign that she's got a healthy idea of what she has to worry about. It might even be a good sign that she's going to be okay with the faculty being around too, just because she's so cool about stuff. But it's going to be a while before we even get a chance to figure that one out. Oh, I should mention if you're going to read the weight chart, DJ labeled their markings like doctor would. Instead of saying front right leg or front left leg, she said right upper extremity or RUE and left upper extremity. And similarly for the back legs, I'm sure you can figure it out. Just thought I would mention. And since we don't have names yet, that's all we've got to go on are the markings we added because, like I said, they're pretty much indistinguishable otherwise. So if you're tuning in late, we had 8 kittens last night. They all seem pretty healthy so far, and they're all boys, and they're all orange mackerel tabbies, and I can't tell them apart. So we've colored them with some food dye, and if you feel like you have a better suggestion, definitely go back and listen to earlier in this video when I talked about it so that you don't send me a suggestion that's not going to be helpful. But if you have one that is helpful with those criteria, let me know. I wish I could see the chat because I know people must have great questions, but it's just not coming up for some reason. I can't even imagine what's going on there. We'll get it next time, though. Sorry about that. And obviously, people on the Discord can hit me up on the Discord anytime. But it means I know anybody right now that has a good question. I'm blowing it for you. I'm so sorry about that. Um, let's see. What else should I mention? I should tell you that mom cat panting or showing a little bit of blood here and there, getting blood on things a little bit. That's going to be normal. The blood's going to be normal for a few days. The panting could be normal for a couple weeks, especially 8 kittens from a mom cat this size. I'm surprised she's not panting right now. So if you see her panting, it doesn't mean she's overheating. It just is something that mom cats do. I promise you. I wouldn't worry about that a bit. Also, with this many kittens, I'm surprised at how good she is at getting around them and laying down without laying on one. But it does need to be mentioned that if she lays on a kitten, it's fine. She's been laying on all 8 of them for 2 months now. In fact, they've all been so packed in there. I'm sure that that was more pressure than anything they're going to get from her out here. So it's not a big deal if she lays on one for a little while. And it's not a huge deal if one gets separated from the pack for a while either. We've got a heater in the box. Everything is set up to make sure that they should be pretty safe no matter what's going on. So I guess my point being, don't panic. Eight orange, all boys born last night. That's something. There's the mark with the one on his butt. That's the one that's labeled as butt. Here you see, this is back. That's the left upper extremity. So we're starting to see some of the markings now that they're moving around a little bit. Left upper extremity and butt are going to fight. No, okay, they're just moving around a bit. I thought they were going to have a little nipple fight, which they do all the time. So I did just get a suggestion on my watch from Discord. Have you considered chicken leg bands? So let me be real clear. Nothing that attaches to the cats, and especially not bird bands, which are metal. Not cool. I don't mean to call anybody out, by the way. It was a good suggestion, but it's not. We're not going to do that. Like I said earlier, nothing that attaches to the kittens. No collars, no strings, no chicken leg bands. All that stuff is right out. And you've got to have a really high bar to let us know if you think there's some product out there that is for some reason the coolest thing ever that attaches to a cat that we should use. You got to be really sure that we've never heard of it and that it's a great idea, and then let us know. But otherwise, definitely, um, that's not the kind of thing that we're going to be able to do. And again, I know other fosters do. I know some people want to let us know that. We do know that. I know other fosters use Velcro collars and all kinds of things, strings, maybe even chicken leg bands. But that's not something that we're going to be comfortable with here. And that's no shade on anybody, by the way. It's just I've said this before when we had newborn kittens. Um, you've got to do what you're comfortable with. You know, you got to kind of follow your own compass when it comes to this stuff, right? That's why we're doing it, I guess. I mean, um, you know, we've got our own intuition about these things, and I think trusting that intuition is good until proven otherwise. So the fact that other people do it, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying it's not for us. That's all. I hope that makes sense. Gosh, these kids are so cute. I wish we could see a little more of their faces, right, Meow? But we'll get you to that later. We will get to that. We'll do weigh in together or something soon at some point. That's a right upper extremity, of course. These names, those names are not going to stick. Left upper extremity, they're just placeholder names. I have no idea why my YouTube chat's not working, or if people are chatting on YouTube right now and it sounds like I'm ignoring you. It really is not working. I don't get it. I can't see a thing. So again, I'm sorry if you guys have like great ideas or great questions. I'll just have to get you next time. Speaking of which, I think we've gone long enough here, and I know everybody's going to want a close up with the Bready bunch, but I'll get you that. I'll get you that next time. And in the meantime, they'll be on the regular Kitten Academy live stream in 4K. You'll be able to see a bit of them here and there. They haven't gone anywhere. And wow, I just saw somebody say veterinary surgical markers. So now that's something I've never heard of. That sounds like it would be exactly the right thing. I will have to look into that. I think that was Scott or somebody. I don't know. It came up on my watch and went away so quickly that I don't know. Thank you, though. That sounds interesting. Um, oh, the Brady Bunch. They're all doing great, by the way. I weighed them this morning. They're gaining weight by the ton, and I will be sure to keep you guys informed of them. We'll do a close up with them soon. Real soon, I promise. I just wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to sort of meet the new kittens up close since they just turned up last night. We've just labeled them, and hopefully the real names are coming soon. And I wanted everybody to know just what an amazing mom Port is, and that her name is Port. We haven't even had a chance to tell anybody that before this close up, really, except the folks on Discord, of course. But Port, and again, I don't even know what Port means, but DJ will reveal all when she reveals the names for 8 boy orange mackerel tabbies. Some with white and some without, but not consistent or different enough for that to be useful as a marker, unfortunately. And I just want to reserve the right to say, in a couple days when I recheck, maybe we do have a girl. We'll find out. I don't think so right now. Somebody had posted a picture on the chat showing that they had ear tufts already, and look at that. Oh, we got a fight going. I've never noticed ear tufts on kittens that were newborns like this, but this guy certainly has them, and I think a couple of the others do too, just like Mom does. That's a new one on me. Oh yeah, we'll fight it out, guys. There's 8 of you. There's 8 nipples. That's gonna be a lot of fighting. That's right upper extremity and butt fighting. If you want to identify who's who already. This, by the way, is also normal if you don't watch kittens. I'm joking about the number of nipples being a factor here. Even if you have 2 kittens and mom has, like 10 nipples, they're still going to fight. That's what they do. It's one of the ways that kittens build muscles, which is good. It's a part of the way that they work up to being strong little kittens. So you actually want to see these little fights. It's good. It's good for everybody. And perfectly normal. And I wanted to just be clear for folks that haven't seen this a million times that yeah, I'm just joking when I'm blaming it on a sparsity of nipples or milk or anything else. It is not about that. They're gonna fight anyway, and it's just part of how it's done. Player 3 is joined. I can't see the marking on 3. I guess that's got to make him. Oh, there it is. Left. Left upper, right upper, and butt. Looks like right upper is winning so far, though. Oh, no. Sorry, butt's winning. Winning in the sense of being the one that's actually latched on. Got another one. Wow, this must be the popular spot. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Okay, hey, one last note, everybody. As you know, the old Kitten Academy live stream has been turned off, and it is now. If you search for the Kitten Academy live stream, the one that you find is the new one. So definitely go there to the Kitten Academy live stream right here on YouTube, and on the Kitten Academy live stream, you will be able to watch these kids 24 hours a day in 4K. Sorry about we can't go 8K just because we have 8 kittens. We just haven't got the technology for that. 4K honestly is really pushing our limits, but I think we've got it working. And yeah, sorry to say, by the way, we had all kinds of technical difficulties during the birth. Some of which seem to be mostly related to the fact that we haven't rebooted the encoder in a million years, so we did that. And that helped a lot. So we got to just remember to do that on the regular. But my point being, yeah, go watch the Kitten Academy live stream if you want to keep watching these kittens. Kitten Academy live stream right here on YouTube. It runs 24 hours a day and should have these kittens the whole time. Plus, the Bready bunch will be on it too. And eventually, we will have some new pictures of these kids and some announcements going up on our website. But that's probably going to be a day or two before DJ gets the names settled and we get it figured out ourselves. And just a real quick recap, it's 8 kittens. They're all boys. They're all very similarly colored. That's why they have little spots on them. That's food coloring so that we can tell who's who. It doesn't work very well. If you have a better suggestion that does not involve attaching anything to the kittens like collars or strings or bird bands, let us know. Right now, our plan is to find some non-toxic markers or maybe veterinary surgical markers, if that's a thing, and go with it. The food coloring just wears off too fast and is too tricky. Um, yeah, and then what else? Kitten Academy live stream. Watch the kittens there. Yeah. Oh, okay. What else? I guess it's just thank you. Thank you all so much for joining us. You know, I've said it a million times. It's by watching the Kitten Academy live stream that you help us get these kittens adopted. And for anybody that, again, is coming in not really knowing who we are, we rescue mom cats. Rescue is such a bold term for it, but the mom cats come to us from shelters, I guess is what I should say. This one came to us from Dallas, Georgia. Her name is Port. And we help them out long enough for them to give birth to their kittens, and then long enough for the kittens to be old enough to adopt. So it's the fact that all of you watch helps us find more potential adopters, and that's what we're all about. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for your help. And if you want to see how this fight ends, you're going to have to go to the Kitten Academy live stream. We'll see you over there. Thanks, everybody.